sloths and giant eggs and mysterious goo. What a weird week.
Hi, everybody, it's Weird.
This is like crazy being here.
Weird.
Really weird tales.
Bigfoot eats out of my trash.
Well, I got a great show for you today with some wonderful weird stuff.
Hi friends, I'm Scott, and this show is called What a Weird Week. We go back through the news of the week and we pick out the weird, the odd, the fun, the interesting, the not too serious stories. We do 10 stories in about 15 minutes, and you can get everything we talk about in more detail if you click shownotes.page. All the stuff about our podcast lives there too. The website is shownotes.page. Here we go, Season 6, Episode 29, first published Friday, July 18, 2025.
Number 10.
Number 10 is casino games for the rest of us. I don't know roulette. I can't do blackjack, but Uno at the casino? What? So this made headlines. The card game Uno, the colorful card game made by Mattel, is coming to casinos. First, just the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas, but they expect there'll be some sort of nationwide or widespread Uno situation at casinos in the United States of America. At time of recording, we don't know if you'll be able to gamble on Uno or if it's just for fun, but I'm having a hard time. I don't understand how the world works so much. I'm not that sharp, but I can't imagine a situation where you would go to a casino to play a card game just for fun. But I could be wrong on that. We linked to the Newsweek article about the Uno games coming to casinos. They mention that Uno is owned by 80% of American households. And they say Uno is America's favorite game. I didn't know that. I thought America's favorite game was that game where you hate watch the new Sex and the City show. And you say terrible things about it, but then also you can't not watch it. This has been an educational journey. Click the link to learn more, shownotes.page.
Number 9.
Number 9 is a heck of a mystery. I'm going to say, and I don't think this is an exaggeration, this is going to be the greatest goo mystery that you encounter this week. The mysterious goo that was discovered on a research vessel conducting research in the Great Lakes. It contains new life forms, and no one knows how the substance got on the research vessel. I'm going to pause it right now. If you're some kind of new life form and you want to be discovered, why not attach yourself to a research vessel? That seems to make sense to me, and that is my hypothesis. Anyway, here's what happened. The research vessel called the Blue Heron goes in for some maintenance, and there's this weird substance, kind of oily, greasy, tar-like substance. And at first they think it's, the usual. What happened? We spilled oil, something like that. It's not that. They took a sample and they got DNA from the sample, and it's some mysterious life form. That's kind of, it's a very quick summation of the long article from Popular Science. If you want to read the lengthy article from Popular Science, it is very interesting if you're into goo, right? And who among us is not? The photo of the goo sample. One of the researchers got a sample of the goo in a paper coffee cup and labeled it Ship Goo. And they still, the investigation continues. What the heck is the goo? That's where we are right now. So hopefully we can circle back one day and have an answer to the goo mystery.
Number 8.
Number 8 is a record-breaking movie prop, but also a very expensive movie spoiler, I would argue. So this is the sled from the Orson Welles movie Citizen Kane. It sold at auction for $14 million and something. That's the second most a piece of movie merch or movie memorabilia has fetched. So it's second place. First place, the ruby slippers from The Wizard of Oz. They sold for $32 million and something. So $14 million. Interesting how this came to be. The Rosebuds sled was discovered when Joe Dante, an acclaimed director in his own right, doing some iconic films like Gremlins and that. Joe Dante's working at the studio. He discovers this sled and he figures out this is the Citizen Kane sled. So he owned it. He put it on auction, $14 million and something. But I've not seen the Orson Welles film. I've been waiting until all the reviews were in to make, it's 1941 film. Anyway, you don't want to hastily watch a movie till you get all the reviews. So I haven't seen it. And now I know Rosebud is the sled from the Citizen Kane film. That gives away the ending. Movie spoiled. If you want to read the whole article, have a look at the movie memorabilia. We put a link in the show notes. Number 7 is some valuable research about how to get better sleep. Do you need more sleep? Are you tired? Are you asleep right now? I'm sorry. I am sorry about that. Should I do the rest of the episode as an ASMR? No, I should not. The research published on the Science Daily website, we link to this in the show notes. It's things you can do to get better sleep that don't involve taking drugs because, drugs do sometimes have side effects. So they were looking at drug-free ways to better sleep. Tai Chi is one, doing yoga, and walking and jogging. Some of the best ways to get better sleep and improve that time it takes for you to fall asleep at night, like make it so it happens faster. That's kind of it. I guess I'll stop there. Wait, first I'll show you a couple of my Tai Chi moves. That was me doing Tai Chi. Oh, I really do need to get some sleep. Number 6. This one is a triumph of the human spirit, a world record involving an egg, a world record that seemed impossible to crack, but they did it. Ollie and Phoenix, a couple of social media famous chefs, have the world record for the heaviest Scotch egg ever created in all of time on planet Earth. A Scotch egg is not readily available where I am, East Coast Canada. So I'm vaguely familiar that it's some sort of delicious thing I want to try. But the Scotch egg, in case you're like me and you're like, what is that? It's a hard-boiled egg. You wrap it in pork or some sort of delicious salted meat, I think, and then it's breaded and then you deep fry it. That's a Scotch egg. So how did they get a 17-pound Scotch egg going? Well, it was an ostrich egg. And the first go, they went to take it out of the fryer and it came apart. So that seems like heartbreak, but somehow they were able to access another delicious ostrich egg and they made the world record Scotch egg, 17 pounds and change. Number 5 is a science story involving sloths and sloth gas. So if you're someone who finds sloths interesting, boom, you got that. If you're someone who finds passing gas interesting, hilarious, this story is the best of both worlds, the Hannah Montana of stories about sloths and gas. Science wasn't exactly sure if sloths did pass gas. One of the mysteries, the scientific mysteries, not at the top of the list, but it was on the list of scientific mysteries that one day science would get around to solving. And now I have to credit the author of the article, Pandora Dewan. This is for Live Science. Here's part of what Pandora wrote. For years, it's been assumed that sloths don't fart, but new footage of a baby sloth letting rip in a water bath has shown that contrary to popular belief, these tree dwellers are actually incredibly gassy. I mean, there's no way I can add anything of value to this story that hasn't already been said. The link is in the show notes if you want to check it out. Shownotes.page. Number 4. This one is about the television viewing habits of dogs. New research. So maybe you have a dog. Perhaps your dog watches television. According to this article, almost 90% of people who own a dog report that their dog watches some TV. Pooches are watching the tube. And one of the things I learned, pooches have preferences, not unlike people. Some dogs, if you have an excitable dog, they want to see a lot of movement. If you have an anxious dog, they'd rather watch, something, human voices coming from the TV would be better for the anxious dog. That's part of what's in the article. One of the surprising things is that dogs experience television a lot like we do. They are immersed in, they are experiencing something. It's not just about flashing images. They are experiencing that as they watch TV. They are immersed in that world, not unlike how we get when we watch TV. Human being people, earthlings, and dogs, similar in that regard. There's more to it. I'll link to the whole thing. Click shownotes.page. Number 3. Has the green pigeon showed up in your feeds yet? There's a green pigeon that lives in Northampton, United Kingdom. The BBC did a report. We linked to that in the show notes. People thought it was AI or, a fake photo, fake footage. It's not. The BBC has confirmed there is an actual green pigeon. Lime green. Just imagine a pigeon. If you don't have a chance to click the photo, imagine a pigeon, and now imagine that pigeon is completely lime green. That's what's going on. Neon green. So they think somebody dyed the pigeon. It's not as though the pigeon could eat too much lime jello and then turn green or something like that. The experts in the article say, no, Pretty sure somebody dyed this pigeon, and it's not great for the pigeon when that happens. Bit of a mystery. If you have any information the authorities would like to know, because what if it catches on and pretty soon we have the entire rainbow, pigeons of every color of the rainbow. It seems lovely and a nice multicultural message perhaps, but it's not good for the pigeons. Honorable mention. This honorable mention is about how we find food delicious when we prepare it over a campfire. This, according to popular science, if you're in that boat, if you find that a campfire, like making a s'more over a campfire, roasting a marshmallow, so much better than doing it over a candle in your apartment, well, you're not alone if you find the campfire food better. Popular science says we don't stand a chance. Basically, with all the factors coming together when we consume food prepared over a campfire. Some of it is very little that has to do with the actual food. Some of it is chemistry, different things happening with the campfire and our senses. Some of it is nostalgia. Some of it is psychology. There's a little bit of everything going on there, and we don't stand a chance. Campfire food has us. They ought to have some sort of food delivery service. Instead of like a box of fresh vegetables every day, it should be campfire food. We're going to be millionaires. Hey, partner? Number two is that study about vacation guilt, whereby you go on vacation and you feel guilty about it. And you can't stop. It ruins your vacation because you can't stop thinking about work and how guilty you are being on vacation. And maybe you've never experienced this because it really depends on where you're at. Our show goes out over the information superhighway. So, where you're at, your part of the world, maybe you go on vacation guilt-free. The United States of America, you friends in America seem to be hit the worst with vacation guilt, where some people cut their vacation short. Some people, almost 50% of people don't use all their vacation time. And why is it that the United States of America is hit with so much vacation guilt? The article gets into it and thinks maybe it has something to do. Well, here's what they say. The U.S. is the only advanced economy that doesn't legally mandate a minimum number of vacation days. So where I live, East Coast Canada, it's the law that after I work at my company for so long, I have to take so many vacation days. So I don't feel guilty about it because I'm just obeying the law. That's kind of me breaking it down, and I'm not a scientist, but you can read the whole thing. Maybe if you're dealing with a lot of vacation guilt, you want to read the article and forward this to your boss. Shownotes.page. Number one story this week is the study that says, okay, let me just say, my personal relationship advice now, I've been married a long time. I don't understand the new ways of love. I would say avoid bringing this up in conversation with your partner. There is a study recently published. 43% of Americans say they would leave their partner for $1 million. Maybe that's not you. Maybe you're in it for the long haul. I applaud that. And I believe in love. But that's almost half of people surveyed said they would leave their partner for $1 million. Their love, although strong, does have a price tag. Nobody's going to give you $1 million to leave your partner. So this is a stupid hypothetical question that should never be brought up. Relationships are going to be ruined now because of the study and the publication coming out and people saying, "Oh, isn't that funny? You'd never do that. Babe?"
Babe, I'm leaving, must be on my way. Somebody gave me $1 million damn dollars.
There's other stuff in the study, but I'm going to stop there. That is depressing. Or maybe I should look at it another way, that, people being practical. In a tough economic time, people are being practical. That's ending on a bright note. We're going to stop there this week. Thank you for listening to What a Weird Week, available wherever you get podcasts. If you need links to stuff, go to shownotes.page. That's where the show notes are. And all the other things, shownotes.page. We're back next Friday with more weird stuff and fun stuff. It's not all depressing, like leaving your spouse for $1 million. Catch you next Friday on What a Weird Week.
Babe, I'm leaving, must be on my way. Somebody gave me $1 million damn dollars. So I'ma head out now. I decided I'd take a private jet, because I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire now. Babe, I will be rich without you, and I would be poor if I stuck around in this scenario. So please believe me, we're better off this way. Well, at least I'm better off